Hey guys, I'm creating this video to share with you why I am here. Taking a stand for radical truth, for expressing from the heart, for speaking the unspoken. Sharing my truth, sharing the parts of me that I'm scared to share. The parts of me where I go to share it, my whole body starts to tremble. The parts of me that I'm ashamed of. I've created this shame around. Parts of me that have been in the shadows, that have been unconsciously driving my behaviors. It's been such a battle for me to overcome these obstacles in my life. A lot of them coming from childhood experiences where open and honest communication was not modelled, where emotional intelligence was not modelled. It led me to a life feeling disconnected and unsafe to express these parts of myself. Things were just not talked about. And I know I'm not alone in that. It's happening all over the world, generation after generation. And there's nothing we can do about that now, but what we can do about now is for the future generations to come. And how do we turn up now for the future generations? It breaks my heart when I think of all the people I've lost. People have taken their own lives because it's become too much for them. People struggling with mental health issues or struggling with addictions. And I know these are extreme behaviors, but we all have shadows. And if they're left unaddressed, then they can escalate into these more extreme symptoms. I truly believe if we can learn to express these parts of ourselves, express these parts that are burdening our hearts, that are burdening our souls, then we'll be living in a much more evolved world. But we need to make a conscious decision to do that, to break these cycles, stand together and break them. Not integrating the shadows leads to repeating the old patterns, lead to an emotional internal disharmony, and can lead to the breaking down of relationships. But when we learn to illuminate the shadows, then we have clarity. We feel empowered to live more fulfilling lives. I'm here to support and empower people to live a life of deep love and connection. Through exploring the shadows, there's huge opportunity for growth. It shines light on the spaces that want to be loved and integrated into our lives. We'll be aware of the thoughts and feelings that are driving our behaviors. And through accepting and integrating our shadows, we learn to have compassion for ourselves and for others, which allows us to open our hearts more and more. And from this place of open heart, we learn to communicate authentically, transparently, and vulnerably. I want to speak into my own experience, what differences has made to my life, the way I turn up as a man, a brother, a son, to my family, to my friends, to my partner, to anyone I come in contact with. How much easier it is to stay centered and to communicate from this place calmly and clearly. Loving, accepting, embracing all parts of myself and others as they are. Yeah, being aware of my strengths and learning to love my weaknesses equally. And I know this is just the beginning. There's so many layers to it, and this is a more challenging path. But this is what I'm standing for. And I truly believe this will make a difference future generations to come, so they can live a life of deep love and connection. Thank you for listening.